Ever been in a conversation where you wished you could gently nudge someone into agreement without them even noticing? Picture this. As you lay out your point, whether in a boardroom debate or during a friendly chat, offer a small, almost imperceptible nod. Not an over-the-top bobbing of the head, but a quiet, natural movement that subtly confirms your own words. This micro-nod isn't just a random gesture. It taps into the human instinct to mirror others. Research shows that we naturally emulate the behavior we see in those around us, and that slight nod can spark a hidden sense of approval, turning a tentative maybe into a solid yes. Now, let's shift gears and explore another revealing cue: the way someone crosses their legs. Imagine yourself at a family dinner or a casual get-together. If you notice a person's legs pointed in your direction, it's a clear sign they're comfortable, engaged, and genuinely interested in what you're saying. Conversely, if their legs are angled away, that subtle body language might be their unspoken way of signaling disinterest or unease. It's all part of the fascinating dance of nonverbal communication. When we're at ease, our bodies lean in. When we're guarded, they naturally turn away. Both of these techniques tap into deep-seated human behaviors that can reveal more than words ever will. They're practical, backed by science, and incredibly effective tools for understanding and influencing real-life interactions. Ever feel like words only tell half the story? That's because they do. The real truth? It's written all over the body, sometimes even in the legs. Leg position. The secret signal. You've been missing. Most people focus on facial expressions and hand gestures, but if you really want to know what someone's thinking, glance lower. If their legs are pointed toward you, they're engaged. If they're angled away, even slightly, it's a silent cue they might not be as interested as they seem. And if they suddenly cross their legs mid-conversation, that could be a subconscious defense move, like their body putting up a wall without them realizing it. Pro tip: pair this with other signals like posture and eye contact for a full read. Once you start noticing it, you'll never unsee it. The double blink test, catching a lie without saying a word. Ever get that nagging feeling someone's feeding you a half-truth? Their mouth might lie, but their eyes? They don't know how to keep a secret. Here's the trick. The moment you ask a question, watch their blinking pattern. A rapid double blink or an oddly long pause before blinking is a dead giveaway. That's their brain scrambling, like a buffering symbol on a bad Wi-Fi connection. The extra time helps them piece together a convincing story. Why does this work? Because lying requires more mental effort than telling the truth. The brain hesitates, the body lags for just a fraction of a second, and their eyes expose the struggle. Pro tip: combine this with other cues like fidgeting or avoiding eye contact. Just don't jump to conclusions. Sometimes a blink is just a blink. But the next time someone gives you a sketchy excuse, watch their eyes closely. You might just catch what their words won't admit. The lean-in test: instantly gauge interest and engagement. Ever wonder if someone is truly tuned into your conversation? Try the lean-in test. As you speak, tilt your body slightly forward and watch their reaction. If they mirror your movement, it's a clear sign they're engaged, interested, and drawn into what you're saying. But if they subtly lean back, it might reveal waning interest, discomfort, or a lack of genuine investment. Studies on body language show that leaning in is an instinctive display of connection, as our bodies naturally echo the energy we receive, while leaning away hints at disengagement. Crucial insights, whether you're in a meeting, on a date, or negotiating a deal. Now, consider the coffee cup trick, a simple yet revealing indicator of someone's comfort level. When you're chatting over a beverage, take note of how they handle their cup. If they cling to it, almost as if using it as a shield, it could suggest they're not entirely open to the interaction. In contrast, if they casually rest it on the table or hold it with ease, that relaxed posture signals openness and genuine interest. This isn't limited to cups alone. Everyday items like phones or bags can serve the same purpose, revealing subtle cues about a person's readiness to connect. Next up is the chair angle trick, a clever method to gauge whether someone is likely to stick around or make a swift exit. Ever wish you could read minds without asking a single question? Turns out you can, just by looking at a chair. The chair angle test, a silent giveaway. Before you even start a conversation, take a glance at how someone's chair is positioned. If it's aimed straight at you, congrats, you've got their full attention. But if it's turned slightly away or angled toward the nearest exit, their body is already thinking about leaving, even if their words haven't caught up yet. Why does this happen? Because body language is the real spokesperson of our thoughts. When someone's engaged, they subconsciously align with you. But the moment their mind starts wandering, or they're looking for an escape route, their posture betrays them. Pro tip: stack this trick with other clues. Are their arms crossed? Feet pointing toward the door? These subtle shifts speak louder than any fake smile. Once you start noticing it, you'll wonder how you ever missed it. The doorway pause, a glimpse into someone's thoughts. Ever seen someone freeze for just a second before walking through a doorway? That tiny hesitation isn't random. It's a window into their mind. Here's the deal. When people stop at a threshold, even for a fraction of a second, it usually means something's unresolved. Maybe they're second-guessing a decision, holding back from saying something, or feeling uncertain about what's ahead. It's a subconscious wait a second moment before stepping into the unknown. Why does this matter? Because hesitation is the brain's way of processing unfinished business. It's the body's version of buffering. And if you spot it, you might just catch an emotion they're trying to hide. Pro tip: if someone pauses before leaving, they might have something left unsaid. A simple, "Everything okay?" could open up a conversation they didn't even realize they needed to have. Ever wonder why a pause at a doorway catches your attention? It's more than just a physical stop. It's a mental checkpoint, hinting at inner conflict. That split-second hesitation can reveal hidden emotions. Instead of hurrying someone along, consider asking, "Everything okay?" And you might be surprised by what they share. Those tiny pauses can speak volumes. Now, take a look at the classic hand-on-chin gesture. When someone rests their hand on their chin, it's a subtle clue that they're either deep in thought or quietly sizing you up. A relaxed, neutral expression usually means they're simply contemplating what's being said. But if you notice a furrowed brow or a slight frown, it might indicate they're harboring doubts or passing silent judgment. This gesture is a well-documented sign of contemplation in human behavior studies. It provides a glimpse into whether a person is truly processing your words or forming an internal critique. If you sense even a hint of judgment, try clarifying your point or inviting their perspective. Next time you catch that hand-on-chin moment, remember, it's a direct window into what's really on their mind. The pen-borrowing trick. A shortcut to someone's trust. Ever wonder how much someone actually trusts you? Turns out, all you need is a pen. Next time you're with someone, casually ask, "Hey, can I borrow your pen?" and watch their reaction. If they hand it over without hesitation, congratulations. They're comfortable around you. But if they pause, hesitate, or make an excuse, chances are they're a little more guarded than they let on. Why does this work? Because trust isn't just about big gestures. It's in the tiny, everyday moments. Lending something as simple as a pen might seem trivial, but it taps into an instinctive gut feeling. Some people give freely, others hold back. The difference: how safe they feel with you. Pro tip: use this trick sparingly and observe the pattern. If someone hesitates to lend you a pen, imagine what else they might be keeping to themselves. The fake smile test. Reading between the smiles. Ever looked at someone smiling and thought, "That seems off"? Turns out your gut might be onto something. Here's how you can tell a real smile from a fake one. Don't focus on the mouth. Watch the eyes. A genuine smile isn't just about lips curving up. It activates tiny muscles around the eyes, creating those natural crinkles, aka crow's feet. That's the mark of real warmth and emotion. A forced smile, on the other hand, stops at the mouth. No eye involvement, no real feeling. Just an empty, polite expression. Why does this work? Because real smiles come from deeper emotions, engaging involuntary muscles. Fake smiles, purely controlled, mechanical, and easy to spot once you know where to look. Pro tip: test this out in social settings. Spot the genuine smiles, and you'll instantly know who's truly happy and who's just going through the motions. Ever wanted to uncover the truth behind someone's smile or compliment? Use this technique to gauge how people really feel, whether you're in a boardroom, at a dinner party, or even receiving praise. It cuts through polite smiles to reveal authentic emotion, ensuring you're not fooled by a rehearsed grin. Now, let's talk about the silent foot tap, a small, almost unnoticed gesture that speaks volumes. Imagine you're at a business lunch or a casual meetup, and you catch someone tapping their foot discreetly under the table. That rhythmic tapping isn't just a nervous tick. It's a subtle alarm signaling hidden anxiety. Research into human behavior shows that when we're uneasy, our bodies default to small, repetitive motions as a way to release tension. The faster the tap, the more intense the emotional state, be it anxiety, excitement, or even frustration. Here's a practical tip. If you notice someone's foot tapping away, gently address their discomfort by asking if they're okay, or by softening the tone of the conversation. Sometimes, a slight change in your approach can ease their tension, turning a moment of unease into an opportunity for genuine connection. Keep your eyes on that silent foot tap. It's one of the most powerful, yet often overlooked clues to a person's inner world. And if you've been following along this far, you're already ahead of the game. Now, here's a bonus tip reserved for those ready to step up their influence. Bonus trick 1 harnesses the power of silence to make someone reveal more than they planned by exploiting the power of silence. Let awkwardness do the work. Most people hate awkward silences, but you're about to turn them into a secret weapon. Next time you want the truth, ask a direct question. Then say nothing. No nodding. No mm-hmm. Just hold eye contact and let the silence stretch. Watch what happens. Most people can't stand the tension and will start rambling, sometimes oversharing, sometimes even confessing things they never meant to say. Why does this work? Because humans are wired to fill conversational voids. Silence creates pressure. And under that pressure, people scramble, sometimes revealing more than they should. Dark tip. Want to up the stakes? Lean in slightly or raise an eyebrow. It subtly increases the discomfort without you saying a word. But don't overdo it. Too much silence, and you'll just look like a serial killer in a job interview. The follow-up question trap. Catch a lie in real time. Ever heard a story that just felt off? Here's a simple way to test it. Throw in a follow-up question. If someone gives you a suspicious excuse, casually ask for a tiny detail. Oh, what time was that? That's interesting. What did you do right after? Here's the thing. When people lie, they usually focus on making the main story sound believable, but they rarely prepare for unexpected details. That's where they slip. Watch for these signs. A long pause before answering, brain buffering. An answer that changes slightly from the first version, over-explaining because now they're panicking. Dark tip. Keep your tone light and curious, like you're just making conversation. If they're lying, their own words will trap them. You won't even have to push. Try this next time someone's excuse sounds just a little too convenient. You'll be surprised how fast a fake story unravels.